Welcome to the IAM Winter Solstice Symposium.
I welcome you, my ancestors, with a song to the Amanyange, a song to the native spirits, all our relations. Hey, Amanyange, 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 hey, Amanyange. Hey, Amanyange, 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 hey, Amanyange, Amanyange. Hey, Abazalibam, oh, Abazalibam, hey, Abazalibam, oh, Abazalibam, hey, aha, hey, ya, hey, aha, hey, ya. Oh, Siangola, Manyange, Siangola, Siangola, Manyange, Siangola, Siangola, Manyange, Siangola. Siangola manyange, siangola, hey ya, hey ya.
Wow. Let's just take a moment of silence for that, and I will do a cleansing. Bring this into your hearts. And prayers of gratitude for each and every one of you. And it never fails. After the altar video is created, I'll get an email from someone that I missed an altar. And trust us, we really dig through the Facebook page, the emails, the messages. And this year I tried the jot form, and we got about 50 or 60 there, but there was several hundred participants. And so we tried to find your altars to include them in the video. And we want to say thank you. And let's blow the community whistle. So close your eyes and imagine that you're connected through each of these altars to each other, to the people who altars they are to their communities, and to the communities of those people they reach, and that we're all connected through the wind. And welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. Today we're just going to do a few different things as we wind down our circle. And the circle continues. And I'm grateful for everybody who's already donated to keep the ceremony alive. There are real costs. Thank you to Tyler for spending his holiday with me working to make sure that every email went out with some errors. And he actually edited every single video right after that they were recorded, and then we uploaded them to YouTube to make them readily available. And if you want a full sheet with all of the links to all of the videos and all of the processes, just make a donation. And we're not asking for any specific size of a donation. What's in your heart for this experience? And so thank you to everyone who's already donated. And I want to also thank the four keepers of the directions. My assistant, Bridget Hopkins, who many of you have had the honor of sitting with or interviewing with for the 10-month program coming up. Several of you have loved the way this community have felt and sent over your application to join us and stay with the heart of this group for the next 10 months. So I want to thank her for taking her time over the holidays away from her family, as well as Terry Morgan, who started us out with a beautiful West journey that brought in the opal essence fire for me this time. I don't know what it brought for you, but this new opal fire that I had never experienced before. So that was a gift for me this year from the fire. And then Heather Lee Huff, who took us on that Boreas Northwind journey. Carrie Wanamaker, who then, Bridget came over in the East. And then Carrie Wanamaker brought in the power word for 2021. We also had some special people in the Wind Clan. Wyatt Larson came on every single day and pulled a card and did a beautiful reading. So if you haven't had a chance to go through those, make sure you do. And also Erica Schreck stepped up and helped us tend to the wall, tend to the group. And to all of you, there was a massive amounts of sharing and supporting of each other, because one of the things that we learn is distraction happens. as does tragedy. Many people lost their pets during this. Somebody just wrote to me about somebody who was actually murdered. All of these things are happening. These are the winds of the change of the time we're in. But the most important thing is to understand that this altar, that indoor altar you kept, that you then connected to your outdoor altar, keep those outdoor altars growing, because the wind will come right by and grab up those prayers for all of those people who have lost a pet, lost a loved one, lost people to this COVID pandemic. And this is a sign of our times. I don't believe that there's a going back to life as usual, because that life wasn't working for us as humanity. That one, as Meg Beeler put so beautifully the other day, is leading us to extinction. And that's the time of the Anthropocene. And for people who have studied my teachings, understand that I believe that we're right now between the two epochs of the Holocene and the Anthropocene. And in this gap, we get to choose how we want to live, how we want to come together. And the good news, a lot of people who aren't watching this on social media, yes, there's a good and a bad to each. The pendulum always swings to both sides. The wind always blows from all directions. And it allows us in these times when we're, isolated and locked down. And, send a heart if you agree. I could feel the connection. When my flame went out, I knew somebody else was tending. Well, that's the kind of communities that it's important for us to create now. We need to know who our community is. And that doesn't necessarily mean people who think the same as you about every little last issue. When did it become that I'll only eat dinner with somebody who thinks the same way as me? Doesn't make for very good dinner conversation. But this whole idea of that we can come together, that we can light a fire, we can keep this fire growing in our hearts, is the crucial for this next time. Because we heard from Lori Ann Lothian and we heard from Catherine McGinley, and they were both talking about that we're stepping into a new paradigm, and the wind is not going to stop blowing. Trust me, I didn't know that we were going into the Aquarian age, the age of wind, when I wrote this awesome book. And I know you all haven't gotten it yet because it's not sold out on Amazon. If it was sold out on Amazon, I'm just about sold out here. It means there's a lot more wind believers out there. But this clan is on the forefront for what's coming, that's going to help people move through this next time period, because we have to find our way forward. There's we can't stay home locked up in our homes forever. We have to find a path forward. And all of you who could hold the fire, whether you did it for one candle or every single day, 24 hours, 7, pat yourself on the back, because we are making a difference. This is the way forward. When you have your light burning, when you have your light lit, you become the way shower for the person who can't find their way out of the cave of darkness. They might not remember it today. They might not remember it tomorrow, but they will remember they saw that light somewhere. For me, during this time, one night I had a dream. And I had this dream of somebody I knew okay in the addiction field, but not we never had dinner together. And I wrote to her, I said, "You were in my dream the other night." And she said, "Which night?" And I told her which night. And she explained that she had had surgery. And then that particular night that she was in my dreams, she was taken out of her body, out of the pain that she was in, and she traveled somewhere for the whole entire night and woke up rested like she hadn't been rested in years. Now, I didn't know that was going to happen. It wasn't a planned healing, But that's how spirit works when you show up for spirit. Spirit knows what you need and uses you in the best way that you can become that instrument. And we saw that, like with Deborah Koff Chapin, who has created this beautiful melody with her song bowls and her voice. It's just, it takes me somewhere so etheric that I used it as a theme song this year. And then those of you might not know Lisa J.G. Weichel. Well, she started a devotional blog 700 and some odd days ago. And this was because she wanted to show her devotion to her son that she lost. So go over there and support this, read these. John Lockley, brother from another mother, talking to me about the winds, that, shamanism is direct revelation. So all of this was shared to me directly from the winds. And he was like the person who showed up along on the path to confirm that the spin axis that I'd been seeing and the direction that the winds were blowing were all in his African tradition. To me, whenever Hank Wesselman shows up so willingly for these gatherings, there's brilliance. He just has that mythic brilliance about him that I love to share every year. And if you didn't get a chance to hear the Shaman's Cave, Sandra and I recorded a really blended journey for the new year where she wants to take people to clear with the wind, and we use the wind whistle for it. Carol Woodliff, she's just an amazing shamanic practitioner, and she shows up and didn't have an event to share with you right now, but go over and check out her website because she's always got wonderful things. In Tambra Herrick, a friend up here on Whidbey, a lot of Whidbey showed up here. And I don't know if a lot you know, but in the middle, right before all of this started, I made a big journey from California to Whidbey Island, where I'm creating my new home. And so I was happy to see that the people from Whidbey, including Karen Calhoun, who shared some music, they just showed up like just naturally. But her storytelling that day in front of the pine was really magnificent. And we spoke about Kathleen and Lori. I mean, because I knew I was moving, I did a little test. I said, okay, if you want to be on this year's symposium, here's the Google Doc. You sign up, you pick a time, and you have to go onto Facebook Live on your own. And every person who showed up did that because they believe in the fire. They believe in the wind. They believe in the community that's created when people share their hearts together. To me, that is the beauty of this, because the wind doesn't stop blowing. The distractions don't happen. For example, this morning, I thought I was going to do a really powerful diksha, which it was, to calm myself and to show up entirely present for this. Well, there was distractions throughout. The music wasn't playing correctly. And the other night, I found myself distracted by the Zoom interface. And I had to sit with how I handle distractions, because the fire will always teach you what you need to learn. And the distractions in life will continue. The cars are going to go by. The planes are going to fly. People are going to talk to you when you want silence. There's chatter, the television, all of this is going on when we're trying to be deeply spiritual human beings. The wind keeps reminding me that we have to find our magnetic north. And if you want to know what magnetic north is, you'll have to, dive in a little bit deeper on some of my YouTube videos or join us for the 10-month program. But you have to be in that magnetic center no matter what's going on around us, because we all agree to be here at this time right now in this dynamic winds of change. And if you didn't, or if your dog didn't, they left. And this is the time that we're manifesting into moving forward into this new epoch. A lot of people are leaving. Did we create a pandemonium, a pandemic in order for this to happen? It's bigger than us. It's bigger than for me to know. But I do know that if you're here, if you're listening, you're here to light a candle and to be a way shower to help other people through the darkness. You may do it through your cooking. You may do it through your writing. You may do it through just showing up at the grocery store, being you. There's no like big song and dance. You know, some people have the desire to be world famous, but there's so many of you in this clan who tended this fire who just silently do it quietly from Sweden, quietly from Poland, auspiciously from Russia. You know, all of you who've shown up are showing up to be the way showers. And so we are going to do a way shower's journey. What we're going to do here is you all hopefully pulled a card for your time together at the fire. And what we're going to do first is we're going to thank that wind for helping us. I'm going to be happy to send Oya, the disruptor, all these disruptions, you know, lovingly back to where she came from. And then we had Ilmarinen, the Finnish inventor wind, and we're not done with him as a group. We're going to actually take a journey to the womb of the earth, to the molten lava. And I think this wasn't necessarily the first time we did this in this group. In fact, I think we believe started there in the west, and we're going to return there in the center. And we are going to pull a blessing from the embers, because the embers to me are some of the most important time at the fires, when the fire has receded and those hot coals are still burning. Because for me, that's where my spiritual journey that night in Norwalk, New York, when I was just coming off of alcohol, and I don't even know if I was off the drugs yet, but I went to a fire walk and I saw the possibility of magic. We had built this huge fire in the woods. It was led by a nun. And when the fire burnt down to the embers, we spread them apart with a rake, which is kind of what we're doing today. We're going to walk on those hot coals. We're going to walk on those hot coals to find our gift in the fire, to find the gift that we want to create next year. There is, in the deeper wind work processes, there's dynamic patterns of creation. And I don't want to confuse everyone here with that work today, but the way we create is how we create everything. And some of us have tendencies to use chaotic forms of creation. Others do a process order. Others do a gestation. Others don't make a creation until nature tells them so. And then others need an oppositional force to create. And wherever you fall in that creation, maybe when you're down there in the molten lava, you can look to see how it is you're moving into this journey, how it is you are pulling from the ashes, pulling from the embers, this next creation to take forward to your life. And you're going to take this creation and you're going to put a symbol of it on your outside altar. You can also put a matching symbol on your inside altar. But remember, we work with the wind, so we like to go from inside to outside to the bigger circle of connection. All right. And then at the very end, we're going to call in a win for the new year. And that's a personal thing. You're going to go, and you can remember, if you don't have wind spirit cards yet, you can go over to my blog, anyone at thepracticalshaman.com, click on any of the events or any of the blogs, and you'll be able to download a copy there. You can order them on my website, or you can ask me and I'd send it to you. But if you can get it from the blog, that's easier for me. All right. I think, let me see if I went through. I have to look at my list. So before we start on this journey, if you could write down on a sheet of paper 3 things you would like to pull from the fire for the 2021. 1 for yourself, one for your community, and one for the collective. And I'm going to give you a minute to do that as I prepare for the journey. And then we're going to go into this journey, and I'm going to give you a few guiding things along the way, just so you can get ready. And then we'll close this beautiful circle. And make sure you read your emails, because I listed and linked everybody who participated, their websites, and especially my 4 fire tenders. They all have events coming up in January. I'm going to go live a couple times in January, and I'll be totally honest with you. We're starting our 10-month program in February, and I know there's more people out there who have been called who haven't filled out their application yet, but we have a really, really solid group of people who are going to be joining us for a 10-month journey where we'll make wind prayer flags for our year. I mean, some people are going to jumpstart their business projects or their community projects. All of that aside, that's what I'm going to be pulling from the embers of the fire today, is those of you who still want to join us, who haven't taken that next step yet. Grab your papers, get ready. Bridget, is there any questions or anything that I need to answer before we get going? You can text me. Okay. Nope. She didn't text me yet. I'm using my rattle for this journey, and my feet have been on fire all morning long. So these molten embers are really exciting for us. They're waiting. They're waiting. All right, I'm going to start us with 3 deep wind breaths. Hopefully everyone's back. Okay, so she's answered your questions in the chat. Here's one of our beautiful new wind whistles from Alejandro in Chile. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Wind Clan, our original wind maker, Gregorio, passed away from COVID, and his brother Mario is now continuing on making I call it the Mario wind whistle. And these are the Alejandro Healer's whistles. I invite you to close your eyes and center deeply in your body, and imagine that there's an axis, like an axis mundi, that goes from spirit all the way through your body, all the way down through the center of your core, out your pelvic region, down into the earth. And we're going to extend it down even further with our first wind breath. And then on our second wind breath, we're going to call to Ilmarinen. We're going to merge with Ilmarinen, who's going to take us on this journey. And then on that third wind breath, we want to hold that all of our community is safe as we ask for permission to enter into the deepest cave in the world, that one that is at the center of the earth. And then I will begin the rattle. So either lie out, sit with your back straight, or stand. So those first deep wind breaths in it's a 10, 10, 10, 10 breath, but 7, 6, 5, whatever you can hold is good for you. And see us connecting down through the axis all the way down to the molten lava. remain empty. And on the next wind breath in, invite Ilmarinen in, the inventor, the magical alchemist. Bring him in throughout your body and see if you can merge with that energy at the magical smithy. And as we breathe out, let's stoke the flames of the smithy, the fire. Think of it as a pizza oven if that works for you. And on our next wind breath in, bring in the community, connect all of our altars in a big circle to know that we are connected through the wind. And imagine yourself taking that piece of paper with your 3 wishes, the one for you, the one for the group, and the one for the collective, or your community in the collective, folding it and putting it somewhere safe on your body, because we're going to offer it. And if you have a spirit guide, you can bring them along on this journey. If not, Ilmarinen is with us all. And we're going to find a hole in the ground. Could be a cave opening, a tree root. And we're going to ask for permission to go down. And if you get the answer no, trust that answer. And you can sit there and you'll get the benefits of the journey anyway. We're going to go down. To the fiery core. Keep going down. And as you get there, protect yourself with a heat shield if you need. Goggles. We're at the center of the creation, the womb. And note, how did you get there? And first, let's give all of the energy from our circle that we've been carrying, the burdens that aren't ours, the jealousies, the envies, that they had a better experience than me. Let's give all of that to the molten flame. And it explodes immediately. And as we clear away our hurts and our angers and our resentment and our coulda, woulda, shouldas, check yourself from tip to toe and see if you don't feel lighter. Give to the fire anything that does not serve you. The flame will mulch it instantly. This is a chance for a healing from the power of the fire, from the power of this group intention. The fire is burning hot, burning high, burning tall. And in your mind, you can sing a song. One that comes to me is, Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I feel your heartbeat. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I feel your heartbeat. Hey, 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 oh. Hey, 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 oh. Hey, 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 oh. Mother, I feel your heartbeat. And as we sing, we tame the flame. And as the embers glow, ask again. Ask for permission to dance across the embers and look for that jewel, look for that gift, look for the gift for you from the embers. Inside those burning embers, there's a gift. There's a gift of healing. There's a gift of love. There's a gift of life. There's a gift of breath. There's a gift of gratitude. But ask. Because if you don't ask and you don't have permission, you could burn your feet. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I feel your heartbeat. Hey, 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 oh. Mother, I feel your heartbeat. And as you're ready, dance on the embers and sing. Play your wind whistles, your rattles. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I feel your heartbeat. Hey, 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 oh. And as you explore your gift, thank the mother, thank you, Marinan. Thank the circle. Thank the blessed fire, the blessed earth, the direction keepers, Tyler, all of our presenters. You can thank me. And as we get ready to leave, I want you to take those slips of paper that you brought down and give it one more wind to kiss the spirit. Put the paper into the molten fire, the embers, and as you do it, turn your back. Stand in the circle, the sacred circle, while everyone puts their papers in. May we all have these blessings in our life. This is something better. Now we're going to walk back the same way we came. Back up the spiral if you came that way. Back up the root of the tree. Up the smoke hole. And you're going to find yourself back in this circle. Although the flame goes out, the circle will still be strong. Stay here, stay connected. We are complete. Thank you, everyone. Blessings.